where's your master? I don't deal with domesticated.
Hey, the fuck? I ain't got no master, but I do have your little toy.
Show me the idol. Show me the Redeemer.
Here you go, mate. Yo, hand it over. I got a hot date who don't do late.
Monkey's got a date.
Mwah.
What?
What? That's Swiss fucking chocolate, pig. Bon appetito.
Every fucking cop in this fucking city after that fucking bastard!
Grab my chassis, Noxie!
Easy, bro. Motherfuckers! Fuck me! Damn!
It's about bloody time. Let's see what we've got. Moksha, just as Yama described it. True freedom lies beyond.
Hi Space Monkeys, so we are back from E3. We wanted to share with you that demonstration, which is a mix between a technological demonstration of the engine that we call Voyager and the actual game with some gameplay elements. So here you can recognize the big mothership that was in the trailer. Of course, it's not the same level of quality. This is a work in progress assets. But again, we wanted to share all these materials with you. As you know, the game is in development. We still have a lot of things to do, but it's cool to share with you where we are on that spaceship part. So here, the mothership is like a home, a house for the player. That one is about 400 meters long, and you can have your crew inside, of course, your main character, but also your spaceships. So if you start in the game without anything, and you get your first spaceships, even if then later you have a larger spaceship, you can keep the smaller one into the big mothership. That's the same thing for the crew. If you start with 1 or 2 members in your crew, then you can have them in your big mothership later. That gameplay mechanic of what we call the Russian dolls, so bigger, smaller into the bigger, and then your characters, is very close to what we had, in fact, in Beyond Good and Evil 1, when the characters were getting out of the overcraft. So here we have that monkey, which is my playable main character here, but of course in that game, you can select your character and create your own character. Just to give you a feeling of scale, that ship is about 20 meters long, and the other one, the mother ship, is about 400 meters long. I'm going to go close to it so that you can see the size. So when we have large spaceships like that, the good thing, the interesting thing is that they are a real level of gameplay. You can go inside. We have interiors for those big ingredients. So imagine I'm at the beginning of the game. I'm starting the game. I have nothing, but I am like like in Beyond Good and Evil 1, you start without anything, and you have to get some money to like level up and get your first vehicles. So imagine I'm just delivering pizzas here. It's like a side quest or just a way among many to get some money. I'm delivering pizzas to those guys. So imagine it's not my spaceship. That's the beginning of the game, and this could be an interesting way to trigger the first ingredients of the adventure, because the spaceship is a playable interior. You can get inside, you can sell your pizza, and then instead of getting out of the ship, you could decide to explore the ship. And why not discover that there is some slavery, some human trafficking and things like that. The good thing is that in Beyond Good and Evil 2, like in the first episode, you can take pictures. So if I'm taking a picture of evidence of the things I'm seeing in the game, then I can share those pictures with the guys in the city, for example, and then I can trigger discussions with those guys based on the picture I took. So that's a very interesting mechanic that can create that feeling that you can explore everything and you can gather informations and share those informations with NPCs, but also between players. Another very interesting thing here is the feeling of scale. Here we know that the players, they will explore everything. They will want to go everywhere. So we need to handle large scale ingredients, like that huge statue, where you can go very close to it and you can look at all the details on the statues. And of course, you can go inside of this kind of statue, and you can also get on top of it. I just want to show you something interesting about the scale and the feeling of scale. So I'm going to land on the top of the statue, and you will realize how big it is. So here we have a wonderful vista, and I want to show you. So I'm going to go more in the developer edition mode, where I can move the camera very easily, and you can really notice and understand the feeling of scale when you look at that little monkey on top of the big statue. This is just a part of the head of the statue, and you're already very small. And it's very interesting to understand the scale of things. Here you see that the statue is really, really big. The statue is about 700 meters high. And the very interesting thing, again, is that in fact, that statue, which is big, is just into a big city that is very small, in fact, compared to the continent here, the size of that big island, and which is a small part of a big planet. So you realize that you are just a little dot on that big planet, which is, in fact, just a small planet around a bigger one, which is a small dot in the big universe. So when we started that technology, we thought that we needed to handle that feeling of scale and in a realistic way. Before going into details, we wanted to make sure that the engine was capable of handling this kind of thing. When you look at this sunset, it's not exactly a sunset made by artists. It's really the combinations of physical ingredients, the light that is changing depending on the atmosphere. So you can see here the different